There are consequences to saying the word.
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
Hey guys, this is just me having a meltdown. I get married tomorrow, and the smile, trying to make jokes out of it and play it off or whatever. I don't think it's funny anymore.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at men protecting their money and peace. Let's jump right into it.
Back in the days, most of the time, you would wait for someone to make the first move. It might be on the first date, it might be the third date, whatever. It could be the man, it could be the woman. But now, all my friends have noticed that the man has stopped making the first move. All my girlfriends are like, they're waiting, it's the third date, fourth date, a week later, he hasn't gone in for the kiss, he doesn't do any touching or anything. And I've asked my dude friends that are single, and they were like, you don't know where a woman's gonna go with that story anymore. I ain't touching nobody. And it sucks because the Me Too movement is so strong and so powerful for the people that need it, but it shouldn't ruin the maturity that we should have within intimacy and relationships.
Men have way too much to lose with these things. We have to protect ourselves above all else.
Where are the real men at? I'm sick of it. They don't make men like they used to.
So where are the men? Where do y'all hang out? If you don't go to coffee shop?
Where have all the good men gone? I can't find. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, where are all the good men?
Where are the good men? Where can I find them?
Where are all the fucking men?
Really down to one simple question. Where are these men at?
Where are all the good men gone?
There is a serious shortage of attractive, eligible, mentally stable, emotionally available men.
There's no good masculine men out there.
I know so many great single women. So many great single women. I don't know where all the dudes are. I'm like, guys, come on.
There it is. It's not about, being a shortage of men. It's a shortage of impossible men. It's a shortage of chads, not average guys.
Mom! Put me back! I wake up every morning, I work, I have bills, I'm too big for the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese. This sucks!
Am I too old to be here?
What?
Am I too old to be here?
No, of course not.
Does it look weird that I'm here?
No, not at all.
Am I hotter than these little bitches?
Yes, you look amazing.
These women chose to be independent. That doesn't change because they are tired.
How old are you?
I just turned 29.
Recently?
Last year.
So you're 29?
Last year.
And how old are you right now?
1 more year older.
So 30?
Yeah.
Crying over the fact that you are single in your 40s isn't going to help matters much, and let's be honest, these women chose to be single in their 40s.
I was just thinking, I'm probably going to be alone for the rest of my life. How many of you are alone and are okay with it? Are okay with it?
Inside this stupid body, I am still young. I still feel, I still want, I still dream.
They thought that men would want them at any age, but it doesn't actually work that way.
I need my algorithm to give me more people who are 30 and just starting over. Or give me more people who started to make it at 30. Because I'm feeling those things of bitch, there's no point even trying. Because you turned 30 recently. There's no point in even trying. And I know that is unproductive. I'm aware that thought is also what's going to keep me where I'm at. Because that thought is also why I'm not where I want to be. And I'm not even that fucking far off. Besides what you're seeing here, and that's not my fault. The dryer was fucked up. The dryer, it took an hour and a half to get me clothes that had to be draped all over my apartment.
In other words, she wants to be told everything's going to be okay, kind of like a child.
And guess what? I like the apartment. That's sick, right? My life, not that astronomically far off and from what I want it to be, but I also might just be saying that to make myself feel better. You know what I mean? But all around happy, other than everything that is not there. But you know what I mean? So if you're feeling hey, I feel like I'm too old to be working on this, or I thought that, but then I got somewhere, let me know.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm of the opinion that if you have to constantly repeat how happy you are, then it's probably pretty obvious that you're miserable. I love how these people always go, yeah, my life is great, I'm so happy. And then you scroll back through their videos or have a look on their social media, and you'll find videos of them crying or being sad or, all of this sort of stuff. It's actually kind of hilarious.
Can I ask what you guys think about a 48-year-old dating a 19-year-old? Because I'm kind of torn. Usually I have the mindset of, if you're an adult, like, you can choose to live your life how you see fit as long as you're not harming anybody else. And these girls that date Leo, like, they know what's going on. They know that the time is limited, or at least I hope they do. But at the same time, their age difference is the same between me and my dad. I also believe that there's, like, levels to being an adult. So I'm 23. That's, like, 5 years old in the adult world.
Who cares if some famous guy is dating a 19-year-old? They're both adults in the eyes of the law. That's their business, not hers.
If you're 19, you are 1. If you choose to believe my logic on this, that would make Leo 30. This is him at 29 or 11 in the adult world, the same year that his new girlfriend was born. This is what he would look like if they were somehow the same age right now. This is like what's eating Gilbert Grapes, Leo. Look at his baby face. And it's not about looks. I'm trying to say that these are like very different kinds of adults. Why won't age-appropriate women date him?
She's getting way too worked up over the dating lives of people that she will never actually meet.
So I turned 30 in like 6 weeks, and I've been single my whole life, and I don't really know of any other people who are in the same position. I've got people who are like, oh my god, I've been single for so long, like, it's been like 3 years since my partner broke up with me, and I'm there like, I never had a partner. And I don't really know, like none of my friends, no one in my circle, I haven't really met anybody who actually is in the same position. I know there's people out there, so hopefully this reaches the right people.
It's interesting, right? She says that she's never had a boyfriend, but she never mentions her body count. I find it funny how women do this, guys. They try and pull like the purity card, but everyone knows it's complete nonsense. They've had a bunch of hookups and all that.
I mean, technically I did have a boyfriend when I was like 11, but we never broke up, and then we went on summer holiday, so I guess technically you could say that we were actually still together. So I've either never been in a relationship or I've only ever been in one. Jokes. But yeah, I don't know, I think it's a really weird thing because society expects you by certain ages to hit certain milestones, including partner, house, marriage, kids, and I'm like,
she has no right to complain. This is clearly the life that she chose for herself, and now she is stuck with it.
I have none of those things. And when you're single, and you've always been single, you have to plan your life as a single person. Like when I think about the future, I can't plan my life with a partner in mind because I don't have that right now. And yeah, that's how I feel, at least. I plan my life as a single person. What are the things I want to do? I want to travel, I want to run my business. And if someone comes along and I fall madly in love and we have the best life together ever, amazing. But I think when you've never had a partner, you can't imagine what it's like to actually be in a relationship, to actually like have your person. So
odds are there were plenty of men in her life, but she denied every single one of them because she thought that she was better than them. This is the path of the modern day woman, guys, complaining that you're single even though you passed up all of the men who would have had a relationship with you.
Yeah, don't really know what I'm trying to say, but are there anybody else who has this? Is there anybody else in the same position? Let me know.
There is an army of women like this on TikTok. It is impossible to never have seen them. There are thousands upon thousands of videos. This is no joke, guys. I currently have a spreadsheet open on my computer that has at least 800 on it. So, this stuff is not going anywhere anytime soon.
My biggest life regrets are not doing these things in my 20s and waiting till my 30s. And the damage is already done once you're in your 30s. So, yeah, you tell him, sister. So, I'm a mom. Start these things now, like please, for me, if for no one else. The first one is sleeping on your back. The weight of your human head actually compresses your bones, your muscle, your collagen, and whatever side that you sleep on. If you sleep on a side, and you probably do sleep on one side, that side is gonna get droopy and sad. And that's this side of my face, like everything is lower.
A woman's best asset is her youth, and it is often wasted by far too many modern women just making stupid, terrible decisions.
Number 2 is putting sunscreen on your chest. My chest has so much more sun damage than my face, and I would let it just get fried out in the sun. So there's like pigmentation, broken capillaries, like redness, and just looks old. Lastly, chemical exfoliant masks once to twice a week. I had so much acne, I had so much acne scarring, I just have pigmentation that's still left over from all of that, and I feel like it would have been so much better if I did chemical exfoliants, like duh.
A reliance on chemical products is what got these women into this mess in the first place.
My 30-something-year-old women who don't have kids yet, but you want kids, but you feel like you're running out of time to have them. Where are you? Because same. And I just feel, I'm 32, and I just feel like I'm in this place in my life right now where I'm a little selfish. I just moved out and bought my house in December with my boyfriend.
Fertility drops dramatically after 30, so it's rather foolish to say, well, I don't want to have kids yet, or I don't have kids yet. If you don't want to have kids, that's fine. But, you know, if your intention is to have kids when you're 35, you might want to rethink that.
And I just feel like I want kids eventually. Like, I definitely want children, but I don't want them right now. But then I'm like, am I getting too old? Like, do I need to get a move on? I'm not married yet. I would like to be married before I have my kids. Like, I just feel like there's so much to do, and, like, I'm running out of time. So, and every time I see my aunt, she asks me when I'm freezing my eggs. So that doesn't help. But, like, I don't know. I'm just not ready. I'm still, like...
The biggest lie these women were sold is that they have more time than they actually do. But, of course, they want to buy into it, so it doesn't actually matter, and they'll choose to believe it anyway, even if they don't.
I feel like I still have never even had, like, my dream body yet. I don't want to get pregnant yet. I'm still trying to get fit and, like, in shape. And, like, my friend brought her baby over last week, and it was me and my sister and our friend, and I was like, holy shit, like, you have a baby, and then you just have to bring the baby everywhere. Like, I know that sounds probably stupid to some people, but I don't know. Like, I love being able to just, like, leave the house in the morning and go to Pilates, or go meet up with my friends, or, you know, it's like a selfish era, I guess.
She is prioritizing vanity over starting a family. That's her decision with permanent consequences. I always say, you know, these women can make whatever decisions they want, but when they end up crying on TikTok because they don't have a family when they're 40, I'm just personally going to find it very damn funny.
And I know once I have kids, I will love them and want to spend time with them, and it won't feel like right now I always complain about the dogs. I'm like, I fucking hate feeding the dogs. You know, the dogs are a pain in the ass, but... You know, I know children are different, but, like, I don't know, can anyone relate? Like, 32, definitely want kids someday, just don't want them right now, but, like, when's it too late? I don't know.
It's already too late for her. You don't wait until last minute, or the last minute rather, to just go and try and start a family. That's not how you do this, okay? You don't just party, go and have fun, hook up with dudes, and then turn around right before the end of your fertility window and then cry when you can't have kids or you don't have a family. It's completely ridiculous.
I turned 30 this year, and I'm sure lots of women will resonate that turning 30 comes with so much judgment. I feel like people were like, oh, why isn't she engaged yet? Like, why did she leave her past relationship? Does she still live there? Is she still working there? How come, like, doesn't she want kids? Like, what is she doing? But honestly, like, I've never been more free and happy in my entire life.
She's confusing having freedom with having far too much time on her hands and nothing to do. I actually think a lot of the times when these women use the word freedom, what it really means is the freedom to go and hook up with random dudes.
Like, the other day, I was at the beach with a couple of my close friends, and we were talking about how we all turned 30 this year, and, like, our 20s were just, like, we, like, don't even know what happened. Like, all these things happen to you in your 20s, and they just happen to you. Sometimes, like, you can't control. Actually, many times in life, you can't control what happens. But, like, now that we've gotten to a stage in our lives where we have, like, more stable jobs, stable income, stable friendships, and we're like, holy shit, like, what the fuck was going on in our 20s?
They were wasting time in their 20s and using it as an excuse to extend their childhood.
And now, like, we feel like we're finally conscious and are doing things with intention and know what's happening and kind of have a little bit more control in our lives. And I think the biggest difference between me in my 20s and me now is that I just do things for myself. Like, I think especially in my, like, early to mid 20s, I just genuinely didn't know what I wanted. So I had to go through a bunch of things to realize, oh, this is the kind of life I want. This is the kind of friends I want. This is the kind of music I like. This is the kind of man I like.
It's crazy to me how women like this will act like they have no control over their lives at all until they get older. It's simply not true. They're just trying to avoid accountability.
Like, it's just, you don't know these things until you go through a bunch of different experiences. And I think like that's the main difference. So if you're still in your 20s and just feel like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like it's normal, and it honestly gets like so much better. But I think the main key point is you have to know what you want, you have to know what you like, you have to know what you dislike, and just ignore everyone else, what they think, what their opinions are. Because if you try to follow other people's footsteps and do things that you think will make you look good or make you look happy or successful in other people's eyes, like that's just not gonna make you feel happy.
It shouldn't take you a decade to figure those things out. That kind of thinking is just a complete cop-out.
Hey guys, this is just me having a meltdown. I get married tomorrow, and the smile, trying to make jokes out of it and play it off or whatever. I don't think it's funny anymore. And I can't stop crying. And everybody keeps walking by and looking at me like I'm weird. I'm like, you don't know a person's life, okay? This is so silly. I know, there's real world problems out there. I know. I'm just upset, okay?
She clearly doesn't want to marry this guy, and she feels like she is quote-unquote settling. The marriage absolutely won't last. She would probably leave him.
And you know what my esthetician said about all this? Happy thoughts, Lauren. Happy thoughts. The mind is very powerful. And I'm trying. Look. That's me. I'm really trying, guys. I'm really trying.
Imagine being her husband and seeing this video. The heartbreak would just be unimaginable.
If you're anxious around your birthday and stress about getting older, then this video is for you. I'm in my mid-30s. I stress about my birthday every year. And I cry at least once. Like, oh my god, another year older. I should be at this place in my life. Like, I don't have a house yet or kids. Like, if you've been there, you get it. Then someone told me this, and it completely changed my perspective. It is a privilege to live another year. It is a privilege to live another day. And man, it is a privilege to be alive.
That's just pure cope right there. You can tell that she is secretly freaking out about getting older.
It does derive from a famous quote. I believe his name is Marcus Aurelius. Please don't hate me if I'm mispronouncing that. Life is precious. Here I am stressing about getting old. I'm also a member of the LGBTQ community. The world has become scarier for us, like a lot. So you see, to celebrate another year, I will forever consider it a privilege.
It is not a smart idea to be quoting Marcus Aurelius when you have no idea what he was even about.
Apparently, women over 40 are getting pushed out of the makeup game here on TikTok, on social media, with beauty brands. Sorry, excuse me while I snatch my face. And I think that there needs to be more representation of women, fabulous women, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I see you. I love that you're here, and let's rock it.
That's because women in their 40s can't sell makeup products very well. It's just a complete money pit.
I've just had the saddest experience of my life. I just got a phone call from my stepdad being like, you need to help Jean, who's our next door neighbour. She's been our next door neighbour since I was a kid. And I knocked on her door and she's got a little frame and she's like in her 90s and she lives by herself because her husband died and she can't work her oven, and I was like helping her fix it, and she's so old and she's all by herself. I always talk about I'm like, I don't want to be single, I want a partner, da da da. When you marry someone and then they die, and then you're by yourself again, and you're really fucking old. Like, this world is cruel, guys. It's so sad. I think I'm going to join a charity to help old people or something, because...
This is why having a family is so important. They take care of you if you take care of them. I think back to the women earlier in this video, and I find it funny, guys, because, they're free to not have their families, but they turn around and end up regretting it later. Make sure you click on one of the videos on screen now to watch more if you liked today's video. Don't forget to take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.